So there are over 30.2 million small businesses in the US, and I would venture to say that nearly every single one of them is concerned about their future, their employees, the viability of their business, and if they're going to get through this coronavirus outbreak. There are a ton of things I could talk about when it comes to this pandemic. I actually had a different video written, ready to go and film, and this is all about investing in a volatile market. I think I still might put that video out because money is obviously something a lot of us are worried about, whether you work for a small business or own a small business or not. In uncertain times like these, hopefully one of your natural instincts is to figure out, after helping yourself, how can I help others? So for my 50th video on the channel, which is crazy, I wanted to put a message out there that could apply to just about anyone. Sort of 5 concrete ways that you could take action to help small businesses and also, I think, creatives alike. Because there is nothing more unsettling than obviously your health, and I think next to that is not knowing if you're going to have a paycheck or be able to keep a roof over your family's head. And article after article and video after video, I keep seeing small business owners saying things about this uncertainty and their fear. It's easy to feel like we don't have control in a time like this. And I think talking about helping small businesses is a way to give just a little bit of a sense of control back. I think it's just good also to have something really, really constructive to do and focus on right now that's actionable. So let me back up just a moment here. My name is Frankie. This is The Money Resolution. This is where I talk all things personal finance once a week. So subscribe if you want more content like this. And I've mentioned on the channel, I live here in beautiful, today especially, Seattle, and this is sort of the original epicenter of the outbreak here in the United States. And by no means do we have it the worst right now. I think New York has doubled already cases at the time of this filming. But we were probably the first people in the country to sort of see the impact at the small community level with local businesses being forced to shut their doors. Really, in a lot of cases, we've been seeing this for weeks now where everyone is impacted. And so this has just really been on my mind and weighing on me and thinking about those around me. And of course, I'm thinking about everyone's health and safety, number one, but I'm also thinking about that fear and anxiety that small businesses and even creatives have right now. It's one thing to worry about your own health and wellness. It's another thing to worry about how you're going to make rent or that mortgage payment next month. How are you going to put food on the table for your family? There was a small business owner, and I wrote down what he said. First of all, he was nearly in tears. He said, "There is nothing more unnerving as a small business owner than having literally no control over the success of my business. No control." We all feel this way right now, like I've mentioned, but I imagine for small business owners, it's just magnified. Now again, there are 30.2 million small businesses in the US, and that's not just impacting the business owners, we're talking about all the employees that work at these small businesses. While we feel helpless, sort of stuck at home, and that's why I'm in the bedroom, we're sharing parts of our apartment here to be productive, there are things that we can do from our home that maybe just take a little bit of time or a little bit of money out of your day or out of your wallets to help others. So if you're at home and you're looking for some actionable ways to help other people, I will put a few resources down below, but these are things that just about anyone can do from the comfort of their home. Now, once again, you are the top priority. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, your family, your loved ones. But beyond that, if you're in a position to give and you feel financially stable, or you do have some time on your hands and want to help others, this list is for you. And if you can't, and this doesn't apply so far to you, just share this video. It's as simple as that, and hopefully get the message out there. So the first thing you can do to help small businesses is to buy gift cards. So if there are businesses in your community, whether it's a coffee shop or a grocery store, I guess, you could go into those stores or possibly just do this online. Buy a gift card with the money that you are definitely going to use in the future anyway. That way you get a little bit of cash flow into that business now. You get a card to use later. So stock up on plastic gift cards if you can, or even consider buying these gift cards and handing them out as gifts if you know people that also go to these local places. And to be clear, I'm not talking about Starbucks or McDonald's. I'm talking about that nearby ma and pa coffee shop, for example, or the plant store down the street that you love to check out. If their doors are already shut, I do recommend you check out maybe their Facebook page or their business page. You might be able to find out how to find digital gift cards there as well. Next up, number 2, a really incredible way that is absolutely free to help small businesses is to leave reviews. So small businesses really rely on reviews. So a 5-star review right now and a whole bunch of kind words about that business could really go a long way when people are looking to get out and about in the future. So don't just stop at Yelp. There are other places you can leave reviews. Facebook comes to mind, Google as well. And when you're leaving reviews, don't just say, what you like about the business. That's incredible, do that, but maybe add something for the employees or the business owner as well. Just saying thank you, just encouraging them in this tough time. Maybe share a fun story from your past that involves that business. I find right now that just writing in general is a really therapeutic thing to do. I've written a few scripts, I've worked on my next book. So again, just sort of writing and putting some thoughts down on paper, or in this case, the internet, might be just a good exercise. Might take you down memory lane. Add pictures, like go through your phone, see if you have pictures of these business, attach them to those reviews. People love pictures as well. Say thank you, leave a hopefully 5-star review, and maybe you just do this one time a day. Next up, number 3 is to consider all your monthly memberships. So you might be tempted right now, if you're a little bit fearful about your own finances, to cancel memberships, and I have certainly recommended that on the channel, but I'm going to take this a different direction for this one. If you have memberships that, for example, are monthly, we have one at our local gym here that's monthly, consider extending that membership for an entire year. So if you can pay for that entire year now, it again puts cash into the business, and in most cases, you're gonna save a little bit yourself during that year. So this is something we're definitely gonna do. I expect my gym is gonna reach out and say, we're willing to refund, this month or 2 months during the closure. I'm gonna, of course, deny that, let them go ahead and auto charge me, and then offer to up my subscription from monthly to annual. Another thing you can do, I clicked on a link to the local newspaper this morning, and I got this screen saying I've reached my limit on free articles. It is super cheap to do a digital description to your local newspaper. So go ahead and do that, $1, $2, $3 to support your local newspaper as well. I couldn't thank the Seattle Times more in a time like this. Now, on that same vein, this isn't necessarily a subscription, but if you pay for help around the house, whether it be, taming your garden, that's a weird way to say landscaping, or you have, let's say, a maid that comes monthly for cleaning, or even just a babysitter, a local kid in the community, consider giving them their paycheck even if they're not able to work this month or don't feel safe doing so. Now, the truth is you had budgeted for those payments anyway, so it's in your budget, you can afford it hopefully, and if you're in a position where you're financially stable right now, definitely consider paying them, or even just half of what you normally would. Even that amount would really go a long way. And of course, it probably goes without saying with any of this, if you're buying anything or sending any checks, do consider being generous with your tips, because this just gets you good karma, and these good karma points will come back around. Next up, it is tough to be constantly entertained right now. Sure, you could watch the same thing on Netflix over and over again, but instead what I recommend you do is to support indie artists. And you can do this digitally, of course, so if you want to check out some self-published ebooks, do this through the Kindle app or a Kindle device. Another thing you can do is a lot of artists, their concerts are obviously getting canceled, but I have found that they're going online to stream their concerts from their home instead, and this is super, super cool. I saw Ben Gibbard is doing this like every single day right now from his house at 5 o'clock. So find some local indie artist. We have a Facebook page here I came across in Seattle, the Quarantine Sessions. I'm doing this from memory, I'll put it on screen, where local artists are performing every single day, and you can actually send virtual tips as well. So I am definitely gonna tune in, probably, I was gonna say this weekend, but probably tonight and every day, because you can only do so many puzzles. Yeah, and just go on your favorite local band's page, buy an album or a vinyl, even if they can't ship it right now, that's okay. Again, just put a little bit of cash in their pocket. And most importantly, when things do calm down, show up. Get out there, go to those concerts if you feel comfortable and safe doing so. Support them. Again, just send them kind words if you can. I don't think you can review local indie artists online, but if you can, do that. Check out films you can rent from small production companies. You get the idea here. Support local indie artists and creatives while you're stuck at home bored. Trying to remember to smile more. We need to all smile more. Next up, you may not feel comfortable doing this, and I totally understand, but while the governor here in Seattle did force all restaurants to shut their door for sit-down dining, he did allow restaurants to continue serving for takeout and delivery. So if you're comfortable doing this, I would recommend you support the local restaurant businesses by ordering takeout or accepting delivery. A lot of them are getting extremely creative as well. So an example here is we have a restaurant called Canless, which is pretty well known actually. This is really expensive, high-end food, and my girlfriend and I have never planned to go there because we can't afford a night out there. But instead, it's optional, but they are keeping all employees employed. I think it's about 110. They got ahead of this, I think, a week or two ago. They're now doing bagel services in the morning. I want to say burgers or something like that in the afternoon for lunch. And then they're doing small family meals that they're delivering that even come with a bottle of wine. So we're actually on the wait list for tonight. It's like $40 a person for dinner with Canless. So take a look around. You might be able to try a restaurant you normally wouldn't splurge to eat at during this time, and again, support that local business in the process. I've seen several like thrift shops and clothing stores that are, individually owned, privately owned stores going online with pop-up shops. So even though they don't normally make their clothes available online because of their small limited inventory and staff and resources, they're getting creative and putting these items for sale online. So see if some of your favorite local businesses are getting creative and going online. Check out their websites. You get the idea. A couple of obvious sort of bonus tips here. Make sure that you're tipping well if you can. Donate if you can. I'll drop a couple of links that are important to me in the description down below if you're looking to give and don't know how to or where to right now. And just for fun, I'll recommend a couple of indie entertainment resources as well, so maybe some books or movies. So check out that description down below. Stay positive, smile. I think it's really important that we say please and thank you, and the golden rule really applies now, I think, more than ever, right? Oh, participate in the census. That's another thing you can do while you're at home, because it actually does really go a long way in terms of how resources are distributed to different communities in need. One more thing. If you are, let's say, a landlord or somebody who collects money from other people, just be patient with others in terms of their ability to pay you right now. Don't charge them interest or late fees if you can afford to do so. Think of others that do have a tough time, and if you got all the way to this part of the video, hopefully this message has resonated a little bit with you as well. I don't make a living doing this, but honestly, you watching this right now does mean a lot to me. This is sort of my creative outlet while I'm at home, and I'm glad that I have this. So be sure to take care of yourself. Try something new, something creative, start a YouTube channel, write a book. Again, I find writing to be so therapeutic in times like this. One really easy thing any of you could do is just to share this video. I don't care if it's on Facebook or an email link, whatever. It just means a lot to me. Once again, my name is Frankie. This is The Money Resolution. I put out videos once a week on all things personal finance. Subscribe if you're interested in seeing more content like this. Like the video if you liked the video. And as always, I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Shh. We can emerge from this stronger and smarter than before. Let's put our heads together and find ways to give, not give in to panic.